Hi there and welcome to part 3 of my devlog series on my Runemaster indie game. So the first major piece of the update is that I finally managed to swap away from the default mannequin over to a modular character, so that I can start playing around with some armor and cosmetics and have this project moving closer to looking like an actual game. So with the upgrade to a modular character, I finally managed to design and implement the armory, where players can equip different pieces of armor. At this stage it is only helmets, chest, pants and boots, but later on I will be adding rings and amulets and cloaks as well. What I did manage to achieve, however, is to design the armor system in such a way that the armors are able to influence your movement speed depending on whether it is light, medium or heavy armor, and the damage reduction system is working in that armor can be set up in such a way to block and reduce certain types of damages, which will make your collection of armor important when outfitting for specific areas, as you want to align your resistances to the types of damage the enemies mainly do in a specific area. While designing the armor system, however, I realized I accidentally designed it in such a way that armor pieces can be given certain artifact or unique special abilities. For instance, you see this breach over here. With normal boots, you simply cannot run over it. But if you go and let's say we equip this artifact boots, you are able to suddenly run over this breach. And I'm thinking of using this system later on to create some blocked off areas that you can only access while wearing a certain amulet or cloak or boots or whatever, which means you will have to have progressed a certain distance along the crafting and collecting path before you can reach these advanced stages of the game. And this can also be used to guide players' journeys through the game world. However, I am also aware that when you start breaking up and putting certain areas and resources behind certain scaling difficulty curves, that you sometimes end up in a situation where a group of friends can't necessarily play together anymore, as some players don't have the gear to access those areas, as they do not always have the same amount of time played in the game. And that plainly boosting them robs them of the experience of the journey. So to solve that, I have added this bad boy. Well, the model still needs to be designed, but it is the armor sharery, where you as an advanced player can be the hero, flex a bit and help a friend or a different random player out. So how this works is that you can loan out your equipment for a game session, and then after the session expires, the items will be returned to you. So this also incentivizes you to craft extra equipment if you have the resources to help out your friends who can't play that much. So as you can see, if you go into the armor sharery, you can place down some armor for a friend. Or let's even use this artifact armor, so that your friend who does not have this armor and cannot cross over into a certain area can simply borrow them from you, and now he has the ability to cross the breach as well. In this way, your friends can play with you even if you are further down along in the game, without majorly influencing their own journey through the game. Then also I did some work on the level bounds within the level, where I wrangled the world generator to generate some lower quality outer tiles, which from a distance still looks the same. But as you can see, these chunks in the background are 3 times the size of the normal chunks, thereby saving up a lot of resources in the creation phase, and yet they still align up with the valleys and the hills correctly. Oh yes, that reminds me, I'm also busy working on a procedural dungeon generator, which I plan to implement at a later stage, but I'm recording the development process of the dungeon generator in such a way that it will be released as a 6-part tutorial if you are interested in doing it yourself. So if you are interested, remember to subscribe so that you can receive the notifications when the tutorials start going live. Also, with regards to level bounds to stop a player, I didn't simply want to use a force field, so I've created this black wind, which will track your movement and insta-kill you if you run into it. So if you see this thing appear, it means you need to run the other way. And that is it for the latest update. Please feel free to leave your impressions in the comments below, and then until next time, take care.